Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I never believed love could fade away so quietly, slipping out of my life, like smoke drifting through a cracked window. My name's Theo. I'm 38, and I spent 12 years married to Leah. When we first crossed paths, she was pure electricity, bright, loud, full of charm. The kind of woman who could walk into a room and make everyone look up. I was the opposite. Calm, a little stiff, steady on my feet. I had a stable job, my own place, close friends. Leah used to say that's what she liked most, that I was the grounded one, the safe one. For a long time, it felt like we fit perfectly. The early years were effortless. Weekend getaways, late-night movies, flirty texts that made me smile at my desk. We were partners in every way, a team, lovers, best friends. But somewhere around year 7, something shifted. It started small. She stopped laughing at the jokes she used to repeat to her friends. She brushed off my compliments with a tired smile. She spent more time staring at her phone than talking to me. I told myself it was stress or work or maybe even me being overly sensitive. So I gave her space, thinking the distance would pass. It didn't. By year 9, Leah's emotional absence felt like a wall I couldn't climb. I would sit next to her, try to hold her hand, lean in for a hug, and she would pull back, sometimes so slightly it hurt even more. I approached her gently, hoping honesty could save us. I asked if she was okay, if she felt unhappy, if we needed to work on something. Every time, she'd give me that faint smile and say, "I'm fine, Theo, just tired." But I could hear the emptiness behind the words. Not lies, just hollow truths. Our bedroom, once our place of comfort, turned cold. I'd lie awake while she scrolled endlessly, like the years we shared didn't matter. I didn't want grand gestures or fireworks, just a sign that she still saw me, still wanted me. But the more effort I put in, the more invisible I felt. I tried everything: surprise dates, handwritten notes, gifts, meals she loved. Nothing reached her. Then one evening, after a week of heavy, suffocating quiet, she said it. Not in an argument, not through tears, but in that calm tone that made every syllable land harder. "Theo, I don't love you anymore. I haven't for a long time." I froze. My mind dug for a hidden meaning, some joke, anything. But her face was steady. It was the truth she had already accepted. I didn't shout. I didn't crumble. I just shut down. That night, I packed a small bag, not out of anger, but because staying felt impossible. Some clothes, a toothbrush, a charger, the basics. Then I walked out quietly. No slammed doors, no dramatic goodbye. Just the soft click of the lock behind me. That sound felt like an ending. I moved into a tiny apartment across town. Second-hand furniture, blank walls, a place untouched by our memories. I started rebuilding myself slowly. I reached out to old friends, picked up running again, joined a book club where no one knew my story. Life got lighter, still aching in places, but lighter. At first, I thought maybe she'd call. Maybe regret would surface. But instead, things took a strange turn. Friends began asking if I was okay. Messages from unknown numbers popped up. Then I learned she had started showing up at cafes I visited, checking my posts, asking around about me. Fear, then irritation, then clarity. This wasn't love. It was control, the part of her that didn't want me but didn't want to let me go either. One afternoon, I was reading under a maple tree at a local park when I spotted her across the path, whispering to a stranger, pointing directly at me. My pulse spiked, but I reminded myself, I am no longer her story to direct. Everything changed when I met Juniper, a new colleague. Sharp, funny, effortlessly kind. Her laugh reminded me of what joy used to feel like. Slowly, I let myself enjoy her presence. Coffee breaks. Conversations about books and life. Simple things that made me feel human again. For the first time in years, I wasn't a ghost of who I used to be. Then Leah showed up. No apology. No softness. Just anger. "Theo, we need to talk. You're moving on too fast." I looked at her, then at Juniper. For a flicker of a second, guilt nipped at me. But then I remembered all those nights. The silence, the distance, the love she let die long before I saw it. I'm living my life, I told her. I'm happy. And that's what matters now. I turned back to Juniper with a smile that felt real. Leia stood there, searching for an argument she couldn't find. Eventually, she walked away, back into a world she'd chosen without me. Since then, I've built boundaries that protect me without shutting out new happiness. Leia's brief intrusions into my life remind me of what I survived, of how quietly someone can walk away from a love that stops loving them back. Sometimes I see her name on social media or in a photo shared by a friend. Yes, there's a small sting, memories of laughter, and what once seemed unbreakable. But the feeling fades quickly, because I finally understand. Love isn't just about holding on. It's about recognizing when it's already gone, stepping away without theatrics, and giving life permission to fill the empty spaces. Now I wake in an apartment full of sunlight, coffee, and books. My heart beats openly again, for someone who smiles back with warmth. At night, I rest with a quiet sense of victory. Not the bitter kind, but the peaceful kind that comes from choosing yourself. And if Leia keeps watching, keeps lurking at the edges of my life, it no longer matters. I have my story, my peace, my joy. And this time, it's real. Because love isn't possession. It's recognition. It's knowing when to walk away with dignity. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is leave quietly and let the silence speak for you.